Greetings, colleagues. Do you sometimes struggle to understand abbreviations or in understanding business acronyms? Or have difficulty using business abbreviations in your speaking? Do you conduct business in English? Do you communicate with clients or colleagues in English? Let us level up your business English by mastering these expressions. Understanding business English abbreviations. 30 acronyms you should learn. Welcome to the 4 Business English Rundown. I'm your host, Timothy Barrett. This show is for people all over the world who want to improve their professional communication skills in English. Today we're going to look at 30 abbreviations that are commonly used in the business English world. So let's jump into it. AGM, Annual General Meeting. A lot of business organizations have a requirement that they have an annual general meeting. This meeting is open to all shareholders, all owners of the company. That's why it's a general meeting. It's annual because it happens once a year. The annual general meeting, AGM. ASAP, some people call it ASAP. ASAP, as soon as possible. So I need this done ASAP. I need it done as soon as possible. Get it done quickly, get it done now. I need it yesterday. I need this ASAP. B2B and B2C. B2B, business to business, or B2C, business to consumer. If you're in the market for business to business, then you sell your product or you provide a service to other businesses. If you're B2C, you sell a product or provide a service to the customer, to the end user, the consumer. CEO, Chief Executive Officer. The CEO or the Chief Executive Officer is the top executive in the company. They're the top employee of the company and they report to the board of directors. Frequently, the CEO might also be on the board of directors. They might be the chair of the board of directors, but that's not necessarily the case. But they are the top executive, making the day-to-day decisions for the company. CFO is the Chief Financial Officer. So this would be someone that usually reports to the CEO, and they're responsible for the finances, the accounting, and those types of issues. One of the top positions in any corporation. CTO, Chief Technology Officer, or sometimes they might call it CIO, Chief Information Officer. And there are some other versions of this as well. But this is the person that reports usually to the CEO, but that's responsible for technology, for information technology, computers, etc. And so, especially in a modern company, this is a very top, very important position. COB, close of business. We did another video on this, but COB means at the end of the business day. Maybe the business day ends at 4 or 4:30 or 5 or 6, but whenever the close of business is, whenever you shut the doors, that would be COB, close of business. CPA, Certified Public Accountant. So this is someone that not only has a degree in accounting, has taken exams or other courses that they are certified by the government as a qualified accountant. ETA, Estimated Time of Arrival. I'm running late, but my ETA is 22 minutes. I expect to arrive in 22 minutes. HQ, headquarters. So where's the company based, or where is this organization based? That's the headquarters, that's the HQ. Inc., INC. A lot of companies in the United States end with this, Inc. It means incorporated. LLC, limited liability corporation. LTD, limited company. IPO, initial public offering. This is when a private limited company becomes a public limited company. And usually this means that their shares are publicly available in one of the stock exchanges. In the United States, it could be the NASDAQ, the New York Stock Exchange, or Amex, the American Exchange. LIFO or FIFO, LIFO or FIFO. So this is last in, first out, or first in, first out. So both of these are accounting terms. So sometimes for tax purposes and other accounting purposes, you want to keep track of when did you or the corporation buy certain assets, certain shares, and then when did they sell those shares. Let's just say we bought some shares in 2000 and some shares in 2010 and some shares in 2020. And then in 2023, we sold some shares. Which shares did we sell? If it's LIFO, last in, first out, then we sold the shares that were the last ones we purchased from 2020. If it's FIFO, F-I-F-O, first in, first out, then we sold the shares that we first bought, the first ones that came in 2000. So sometimes for capital gains and other purposes, the accountants have to keep track of this. So it's just a different accounting style. NA, often N/A, non-applicable. So this information doesn't apply. For instance, maybe you're filling out some paperwork for the corporation, and in the paperwork it has biographical information asking, what sex are you? Well, a corporation doesn't have a sex, so you'd mark it N/A. It's non-applicable. It doesn't apply. NDA, non-disclosure agreement. So this is a contract that one party agrees not to disclose, not to reveal, especially private or sensitive confidential information of the other party. It's very common, some employment contracts might have this, or if you have a service contract where the person is going to learn secrets or confidential information, then you may want that employee or that person, that company, to sign an NDA. So whatever they learn through their employment or through their business dealings, they're not going to be able to reveal that to other people. They can't sell that information to the tabloid newspapers, for example, because they signed an NDA, non-disclosure agreement. OT, overtime. I picked up a lot of OT this weekend when I worked on both Saturday and Sunday. So in the United States, if you work overtime more than 40 hours, then you usually get paid time and a half. So you work 1 hour, but you get paid for 1.5 hours. So a lot of employees, if they have a job where there's overtime, they can make a lot of money through working overtime. And we can also use this in sports. It was a tied game and then went into overtime, where our team won in overtime. P&L, profit and loss. So this is an accounting statement that explains the profit or the loss of the company. Did we make money or did we lose money? PE or P/E, this is the price to earnings ratio. Price to earnings or price to earnings ratio. So when looking at a stock price, what is the price of each share of stock versus the earnings of the corporation? So it's a way to kind of calculate, is this a good value or is this a poor value? ROI. So this is another accounting term, return on investment. So I made an investment. What was my return? What did I get out of it? What was my profit from this investment? What was my ROI? PR, public relations. A lot of corporations might have a PR department Or we could just talk about it in general. Gee, there was an article in the newspaper and that was good PR for us. Or there was an article online that was terrible PR for us. We need to fix it. We need to address it. R&D, research and development. Depending on what type of company it is, R&D might be very important. If it's a technology company, a pharmaceutical company, that type of business, R&D is going to be very vital to the company and to the future of the company. RSVP in all capital letters. So this is a French expression, so I'm probably going to butcher the French, but respondez-vous s'il vous plaît. Formal invitations might ask for RSVP. In other words, you're invited. Maybe you're invited to a wedding, to a gala, so some kind of reception, but RSVP. That is to say, you're invited, but if you're going to come, let us know. Tell us that you're coming. And maybe it'll ask you to tell them how many people are coming. Are you bringing a guest? Maybe you're bringing a few people from your office. We need to know how many. And they might ask you, what do you want for the dinner or something like that. Maybe there's a couple of choices. You have to respond with that as well. So that way, whoever's hosting will have an idea how many people are expected. RSVP. TBA or TBD, all in caps. So to be announced or to be determined. And these are similar, if not the same thing. We know something is going to go on, but we're not sure yet, or we're not ready to reveal it yet. So that's going to be to be announced. That's going to be to be determined. Maybe we're having a conference. We know at 11 o'clock this person is going to speak. We know at 12 o'clock there's going to be lunch. And then at 1 o'clock the speaker is TBA, to be announced, or TBD, to be determined. We don't know who the speaker is going to be yet, but we know we're going to have somebody, but we're just not sure who yet. VAT or VAT, value added tax. So this is a specific type of tax, very common in Europe, not so much in the United States, but a lot of countries have some kind of VAT that they have to deal with. YTD, year to date. So if we're talking about how many sales we made or revenue or profits or losses, then we can talk about year to date. So far in this calendar year, so far in this year, how many sales have we made? YTD, year to date. All right, now it's your turn. So it's great to listen, but you're going to get a lot more out of it if you participate. So I want you to write one sentence using one of these terms. So you can write that sentence and put it in the comments. If you want to learn even more, then write a sentence for 5 of the terms, or all 30. That would be a great way to improve your business English knowledge. But at least do one. Write one sentence using one of these 30 terms and put it in the comments below. I'm looking forward to seeing which one you choose and what your sentence is. All right, now it's time to move on to the next video. This next video is all about sports idioms, idioms related or coming from sports. So don't stop your learning, keep going. But before you go, conquer that like button and make it ours. Work hard today and enjoy tomorrow.